1985 380 SL. That whole front clip, the whole front area, engine, the frame, all the way back to the firewall is all brand new and replaced. It was in an accident. Basically, it should have been totaled, but the guy really wanted to keep it, and he found a place that would fix it for around $25,000, which is cheap. If it would have went on to a normal body shop, it would have totaled and it would have been about a $40,000 to $50,000 repair. But they found somebody who can do it. So, but that's not what this is about. On this one, the air conditioning was left open for 8 months. They used the same old receiver dryer. It's still in here. It came in, he just paid someone at a Mercedes shop to, you know, a private Mercedes shop to recharge it. Said when he drove away it didn't work. It was a hot day. So instead of going back to the Mercedes shop, he called me. He knows I'm more expensive and it was at the shop getting repaired. But I came out and take a look at it. When I recovered it, it only had 780 grams in it. This is a 1,000 gram system. And on top of that, the fan wasn't working. So the fan wasn't working. It has a brand new fan in it, but it wasn't working. And when I checked, there wasn't even a fuse inside the fuse plate for the auxiliary fan. Way down there in the corner, you can see I have the box off down there, and you can see the fuse is way down there. The fuse was absolutely missing. It wasn't even there. Right down there. That's where the fuses were. So there was no way that the auxiliary fan could ever even come on. But they would not know that because, well, it was hot when they did it, but in San Francisco it's usually not hot enough for the auxiliary fan to come on. That's not it. The only thing, it was pulling down to 8, the low side was pulling down to 8 psi, and that's getting kind of down there. So I said, I tell you what, since you used the old receiver dryer, it's been sitting open with the lines open to the atmosphere for 8 months. They're not changing the receiver dryer. I left it on my vacuum pump all night. Now if you see, oh man, you can't even see in there, barely. But down in the bottom, you see that moving down there that looks like mercury? You see that down there moving around? See when I shake it and it keeps shaking? That's water. That's like a teaspoon of water or more. All that came from this car. I changed out with my extra thing and I put a fresh, clean thing of oil in there. You see that water moving down in there? That's what happens when you leave a system open to the air. This is what body shops do every time. And this was mineral oil. Ester oil and peg oil is even worse than this. Let's see if I can zoom in, move it around. You see that moving down there? So that's the oil, but way down inside, there's more than a teaspoon of oil. So that's why I left this on the vacuum pump overnight. I suspected that. And a picture's worth 1,000 words. And every time your car is brought to a body shop and left inside, this happens all the time. And that's why I leave, when I have the chance, I leave my pumps on overnight, because this is what you get. And you would never know that unless somebody told you. This is something my dad taught me and showed me when I was a kid. It wasn't even in high school.